What's going on, all you scary movie enthusiasts? Your two favorite horror hounds are back tonight, and we're celebrating the 31 Days of Horror by reviewing a film that flew under my radar, a film that flew under a lot of people's radars. Actually, I heard this through word of mouth. You told me about it. You turned me onto this film starring Lizzie Kaplan and Anthony Starr of The Boys, Homelander. We're going to be talking about the horror film Cobweb.
You don't hear anything, Peter.
You have a beautiful imagination. It's going to get you into trouble one day.
That's right. All you wild ghouls are back for yet another 31 Days of Horror. We're going to be talking about a lot of horror movies and TV shows this month, a lot of new and old. And tonight we're obviously talking about a new one that came out this year, 2023, directed by Samuel Bowden. Basically, the premise of the movie is an 8-year-old boy is investigating these knocking sounds coming from his walls, trying to figure out what that is. And it really unveils what's going on with the parents and the sinister past having to do with one of his family members.
Right off the get-go, this film felt like a Guillermo del Toro type horror film. It reminded me a lot of like Mama, that kind of dark, creepy atmosphere in the house. What's going on, behind the shadows? What's the noises that we're hearing? There's that gothic appeal, maybe some Mike Flanagan influence in there too on this film, I felt. But led by a great cast, Lizzie Kaplan and Anthony Starr. I, really enjoy both of those actors' performances, and this playing the parents, this young kid who's hearing these noises. And like you mentioned, it leads to some secrets being unveiled throughout the film. But, a Halloween setting in this film with pumpkins all around. I liked how they set up the atmosphere of the Halloween time. It gave me the feeling that it was actually filmed in the fall in a place where you could imagine going trick-or-treating as a kid. Had that dark kind of trick or treat from Mike Doherty, that kind of feel of the neighborhood and everything. But I really love the atmosphere above all in this movie, and some really good scares along the way. One scene in particular with something running at the screen, we'll say, with some glowing eyes kind of freaked me out. I was like, whoa, that was kind of creepy. A couple good scares here and there, mostly jump scares, but some good psychological scares along the way too.
Remind me, obviously, of Halloween, John Carpenter. Obviously, there's a nice little nod to that with the kid with the pumpkin getting smashed. I noticed was pretty cool. And then Michael Dougherty's Trick or Treat, which I love, from 2007. So it's been homage to a lot of horror films over the past 40 years in this movie. But in its own right, it's it's unique in its own way too, having to do with this kid and what it has to do with the character behind me right here. And the parents at first, Lizzie Kaplan, Anthony Starr, seem like really great parents. And like throughout the film, you can see them darker and darker with Anthony Starr's character, more importantly, and some very unsettling scenes with the parents too, that kind of creep me out. But there's a lot of unsettling, scary jump scares in this movie. A few times I kind of jumped. I thought that was really executed well. And it is pretty eerie movie.
I'd have to agree with you. The Boogeyman came out earlier this year. I feel like this is a movie that deserved a theatrical experience if that movie did. More people should have came on board and talked about this film. I enjoyed it. It doesn't borrow heavily from a lot of films, the same kind of things where you see the creepy girl in the shadows with the long hair and the fingernails and everything. Sure. But does it do it effectively? Yes, I thought it was very effective. My only, complaints really on the film are we don't see enough of Lizzie Kaplan and Anthony Starr. They're not the centerpieces for the most part. It's focused on the kid, which is fine, but bringing them over, I was hoping to see some more, them be able to do some more. That's really my only complaint. The movie flies by. It's only an hour and a half, so it's definitely not too long. And the things that they're able to do, with the mystery that you kind of see what happens in the middle of the movie. It was really well done, really creepy and unsettling. And when you find out what the ultimate, what's happening, it's pretty freaky and pretty unique for the film. So I had a great time with it. The use of sound, the sound effects are really great. The atmosphere is great. It's a movie that you want to check out this 31 Days of Horror for sure.
Third act just went totally bonkers, and I loved it.
Yeah.
That aspect. You know, reminded me of a lot of recent films. James Wan comes to mind, you know, in terms of films and whole setting and the eerie tone to it, and, you know, things jumping out at you and creatures and ghouls and all that fun stuff you want to watch during Halloween. So this is definitely a movie to watch with your loved ones, friends, family, whatever, during the Halloween season. Definitely check this out. Don't let it fly by. So that being said, I'm going to give Cobweb, came out this year, directed by Samuel Bowden. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 Lizzie Kaplan hair pieces.
And I am going to give Cobweb, I'll give it the same score. It's a 3.5 out of 5 Anthony Starr hair pieces. So we want to hear from you guys. What did you guys think of Cobweb? Let us know in the comments section below. And as always, don't forget to click subscribe and make sure to follow along with these wild ghouls, all 31 Days of Horror, as we're going to be reviewing horror movie and horror TV show, just one after the other. And we're going to keep it going all month long. It's a great spooky season upon us. We couldn't be more happier to be back in 2023 with you guys. And stay tuned and stay scared. Thank you guys so much for watching our review for the 31 Days of Horror. We were talking about Cobweb tonight, and we'll be back very soon with another spooky movie. So until the next Cinephellas movie review, I'm Uncle Henry Hill.
And I'm Uncle Logan Myers, signing out until the next review for 31 Days of Horror.
Cheers.